Welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm joined now by our news partner moving forward, and with me today, a familiar face, Marianne Gariti, and she's the owner. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
And so obviously we have some props out today too, and
Exactly.
so we'll get to that a little bit later. Kind of got some interesting ideas having to do with these different items that you'll see here. But first off, for people who are just tuning in, maybe this is totally new for them, what is a senior move manager and what are you guys really all about?
Sure, absolutely. So a senior move manager is basically, we're part of an organization called National Association of Senior Move Managers. And what we do is we focus on older adults who are getting ready to move from a home they've been living in maybe 40 or 50 years, and they're ready to downsize to a smaller apartment, an independent living or an assisted living. We work with the Jefferson on Old Sauk Road a lot. And so we help people move from their house then into a smaller apartment. And we just help make that transition as smooth as possible.
And that's really, I think, important because that can be a really stressful time for not only the person who's moving, but the family as well. So to have somebody kind of be that third party and help that transition, that's a tongue twister there, transition is really important and a really nice step. And so I know you kind of mentioned overall what you guys do, and so what are some of the different areas you focus on when you're moving clients?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we do is, when we meet with our client, we kind of get a sense for, their favorite items and what they want to bring with them, and we kind of help identify the items and we tag them, and we do floor layouts to make sure the furniture they want to bring will fit nicely into their new space. And then really we go through and we pack all the items that are going, and then the items that remain, we help them sell or donate all the items that are there. And after we then move our clients and get them settled into their new space, we go back to the house and help to get the house ready to be sold. So we do like a complete clean out. We'll help, again, continue selling items. We bring in a landscaper if we need to, a painter if we need to. So we have all these little avenues that we focus on in order to get the house, ready to sell, because that kind of gives them some closure to make sure, everything is in line to where they want it to be.
That's very true, very nice. And I wanted to talk specifically, too, about closets.
Yes.
Because sometimes, I know in my personal closet, it is just like a danger zone of where, things maybe I'm not sure what to do with, or I want to keep, or I just don't want to think about it right now, and I shove everything into my closet, into boxes, into the top, into the bottom, every little corner I can squeeze something. So what do you find with working with people in closets in particular?
Yes, and it's really an interesting an area of folks' houses when we're working with them, because first of all, people when I come in to meet with them, they're typically embarrassed about something or other, and so before they open the closet door, they'll say like, it's probably going to be the worst closet you've ever seen. And so we open it up, and typically it's like everyone else's closet, because we all kind of follow the same pattern. And what happens is we have these items that we have memories associated with them. So I brought some items just to kind of show what I run into when I'm talking through the closet area of the home.
Perfect. Let's touch on those.
Okay,
We've
sure.
got a lot of different stuff going on.
Yes. So some of the items I found, so today I brought a blanket, which, lots of times when I'm meeting with a client, we'll look in the closet and they'll have a stack of maybe 5 blankets. And, I'll ask them, okay, so, do you like these blankets? Do you use these blankets? And the answer will be something like, no, they were my mother's or my grandmother's. I don't use them. They're not soft. They're just not my style, but I don't want to get rid of them. And so then we kind of help people through knowing that it's okay, it's just an item, and if you're really not using it on a daily basis, then sometimes it's better to find a new home for it. And we just try to let people, we discuss the fact that although you have it and it brings some special memories, when you look at it, every time you look at it and you think, boy, maybe somebody could use that item, it almost puts a negative twist on it. So you actually become a little bit, it's a more comfortable feeling when you can actually present somebody else with the item who can then put it to good use. So we try to help people through that step so that they don't feel like they have to keep an item just because somebody gave it to them or just because, it had some special meaning to them. So we try to help them through those steps.
I really like that.
Yeah, and then from there, then other things, with this one I brought like a Boy Scout uniform that somebody would have in their closet. And when they look at the uniform, they think of their child perhaps and the memories associated with that. But clearly, the child probably doesn't want it, and every time you look at it, you kind of think, gosh, what am I going to do with it? It just sits here, and you look at it, and it almost, again, it creates a negative feel, whereas if you find somebody who can use it, somebody who's interested in scouting, that you could actually give it to, it helps with that closure, and then you can move it out of your closet, and then every time you look at it, then you look at it one last time maybe, and you know that somebody else can use it.
Sure.
So it's trying to put a positive spin on things. Other items that I brought with me today, So I brought a squash racket.
Sure.
So sometimes what happens is people are into different sports along the way, and then they'll keep an item related to that in hopes that maybe they'll do it again. So every time you look at that item, you're like, oh man, maybe I'll use it again, but it just sits there. So it's that closure again, just trying to move items out so it doesn't create a negative feeling every time you look at it. So if you haven't used it in 10 years, the chances are maybe you're not going to use it. So again, helping them through that.
I love that, and I love that message, and that's really nice that you guys can kind of help with that move, but I think it's a lesson we all can learn from, and I know I can apply too.
Sure,
so thank you so much for being here again today.
Thank you.
With Moving Forward. Thank you for watching Talk of the Town, and you can find us next time only on Channel 57.